understand it. You know, the President is a strong defender of the First Amendment and a firm believer in the need for the press to be unfettered in its ability to conduct investigative reporting and facilitate a free flow of information. He also
Is the President at all concerned about the breadth of the investigation, about the breadth and depth that the DOJ is using to pursue leaks in general, which has become a priority for this president? He's prosecuted in this administration more people for leaks than every other president put together.
Jessica, what I can tell you is that this president believes strongly in the First Amendment and is a strong defender of the First Amendment. He believes strongly in the need for the press to be unfettered in its pursuit of investigative journalism. He also refers to this investigation, so I cannot comment on that. What I can tell you is the president absolutely believes in the need for the press to be able to pursue unfettered investigative journalism. And you saw that in prior to his arrival in this office. Question, but obviously that goes right to the heart of some of the reporting on this specific case. I can tell you that the president believes that the press, as a rule, needs to be to have an unfettered ability to pursue investigative journalism. And
how can it be unfettered if you're worried about having your phone records?
Well, again, I can't respond to this in the specific, and you know, I am very understanding of the questions on this issue, and appreciate the nature of the questions. Protecting them on the one hand, and the need to allow for an unfettered press and in its pursuit of investigative journalism. So this is a balance that the president believes is important, that we have to find, and you know, harm our national security on the one hand, and the president's firm commitment to the need for reporters to be able to, in an unfettered way, pursue investigative journalism.
And do you believe it's possible to strike that balance and at the same time subpoena the phone records of reporters?
Wendell, I just can't comment on the specific reports that you cite. I can say that the president does believe that that balance should be sought and can be found, but it is a balance, and therefore something that you know, we need to constantly work at. It is also, in the president's view, essential to allow journalists to be able to pursue in an unfettered way investigative journalism. Speaking, the president does support the ability of journalists in an unfettered way to pursue investigative journalism. He believes that we have to find a balance between that goal.
So the balance he had, he believed in 08, he didn't believe in once he was president?
Again, I think that you know, he has addressed this some, and I think he, you know, you are obviously free to ask him when the next time he has a press conference to ask him about this. But the fact is, then he does support protections for the media. He does believe that we need to take measures to ensure that the media can pursue investigative journalism in an unfettered way. And we have to balance that goal with the very real national security interests that we have as a nation. But there is also an interest in the president's view in ensuring that the press can pursue investigative journalism and be unfettered in that pursuit. But I'm just not going to get into any more details about it because it would be inappropriate to do so. All right.
I want to follow up on a question Jessica asked that has nothing to do with this specific investigation. This administration in the last 4 years has prosecuted twice as many leakers as every previous administration combined. How does that reflect balance?
I would say that the president is committed to the press's ability to pursue information, to defending the First Amendment. He is also, as a citizen and as Commander-in-Chief, committed to the proposition that we cannot allow classified information to be that can do harm to our national security interests or to endanger individuals to be to be leaked, and that is a balance that has to be struck.
But the record of the last 4 years does not suggest balance.
That's your opinion, Ari, but
It's twice as many prosecutions as all previous administrations combined. That's not even close.
I understand that there are ongoing investigations that preceded this administration, but again, I'm not going to. I can tell you what the president's views are, and the president's views include his defense of the First Amendment, his belief that journalists ought to be able to pursue information in an unfettered way, and that is backed up by his support for a media shield law, both as senator and as president.
You just said categorically that you could say no one from the White House or in the president's political team was involved. There's a pretty unequivocal answer on your part. And yet the bulk of this press conference is you saying you don't have all the facts. It's a wait-and-see approach.
That's a fair point. What I can tell you is that...
What gives you that confidence?
I can tell you that, as I think I said yesterday, the White House counsel was alerted about this IG review and the general topic of it just a few weeks ago. And prior, I mean, I didn't find out about
it. From being categorically certain that no one from the White House's team or the political team was involved.
I have no reason to believe.
So you're doing that on good faith, or this is just your assumption?
Because I can tell you that I am not aware of anyone here knowing about it. It would be obviously.
So it's down to you.
Do you have any update about when you're going to? I know that Republican Senator Bob Corker of Tennessee is saying he's been waiting for an explanation on Ahmed Karzai claiming cash payments from the CIA, and that these cash payments are continuing, and he's been confirming this and claiming it in Afghanistan, and Senator Corker was hoping for an explanation from the president, and he says it's now been 2 letters and he hasn't gotten any explanation.
I'm not aware of the letters. I'll have to take the question. The specific story itself involves the CIA, and I'd have to refer you to them. But with regards to the letters, I'll let you know if there's a response.
Jay.
Yeah.